Ashley, it's been a while. It's your sister-in-law, Isabelle. How are you? Are you feeling down and maybe even getting sick? I'm worried that someone as timid as you might be hospitalized. Isabelle? You haven't blocked me if you got my reply, right? You're surprisingly bold for someone with a timid personality, aren't you? Well, losers like you are afraid of losing track of me. So I was advised by people around me not to block you. What? Even though I don't really want to, I'm not blocking you. I have not forgiven you for taking my husband away from me. And technically, you and I are sisters-in-law now because of our parents' remarriage. But I have never considered you my sister. Please don't misunderstand me on that point. Oh dear, you've become quite strong in the past 5 years, haven't you? Is it only over text that you can come on so strong? You can't do that in person, can you? You can say whatever you want. So, what do you want? I will listen. Please be brief. What? You are so annoying. Unlike you, who leads a boring life of looting, I'm busy. Or are you just trying to get my attention? No, I'm not. Well, if I told you this, you wouldn't be able to act like this. Really? What is it? Well, I stole your husband again. What? My husband? That's right. What's yours is mine. It's common sense that you, my sister-in-law, should give everything to me. Whether it's your boyfriend or your husband too. That's why I took them from you 5 years ago, but you had the nerve to ask for alimony. I had to live in poverty after that. I'm going to get my revenge. How's that? Now you can't act so tough on me, right? No way. First of all, my husband? I'm single now. What? I don't believe that. You're a fool if you think you can deceive me. It's a total waste. Actually, I have an intimate relationship with your husband, you know. Oh, I see. You're obviously mistaken, so I suggest you check that man's identity carefully. What's that? I already knew he was your husband. I'm doing this, fully aware, taking your husband away. There's no way I could have gone this far and made a mistake. I mean, have you broken up with Tony yet? What? My ex-husband Tony. You're not joking about forgetting his name, are you? Oh, I remember, but as soon as I heard he divorced you, I got bored and dumped him immediately. Are you serious? You really took Tony away from me just to harass me? It's your fault for marrying him before me, you know. That's why I stole him from you. But I'm such a bad girl. You know I'm too attractive. Since my divorce 5 years ago, I've never been without a man. It's been hard to find someone I can be serious with. Good for you. But not this time. He's handsome, he's got money, and he's perfect for me. I thought, this is the man of my dreams. So, I'm pregnant with your husband's child. Oh, I see. Oh, I see? What do you mean? Oh, you're too frustrated to act normally, aren't you? It's not worth reacting to, and you want me to divorce him again? Even if I wanted to, I don't have a husband. In other words, you don't want to divorce your current husband. I told you I'm not married in the first place. I don't have time to deal with your fantasy. In fact, I'm busy working right now. What's so busy about being a housewife? I'm not a housewife. Well then. Hey! Ashley, surely at this hour you can't reject me with the excuse of I'm busy working, right? It's you again. That's enough. You're going to make me listen to your delusional story again, aren't you? Just listen to me. You're probably expecting the same thing that happened 5 years ago. You want me to divorce my husband because you stole him. No, you don't have to this time. What? You don't want to be divorced again, do you? So, you don't have to do it this time. Am I not a kind person? I mean, it's really pitiful if my sister-in-law gets divorced for the second time, right? But I want to live in the luxury house he's living in now, so I've decided to keep you as my housekeeper. Housekeeper? You're just a housewife, aren't you? I told you yesterday that's not true. Did you read what I said? If you get divorced in that situation, you'll be out on the street for sure. I told you I'm single, so there's no divorce, and I'm working. You are not reading what I said. And as for me, if you divorced him, I'd have to pay alimony again. It's a lot of trouble, so I'm going to keep you at home as a housekeeper in the name of his wife. But if you disobey me, you'll get divorced immediately. Seriously, I don't know where to begin. Oh my, you still don't get it. Well, let me put it very simply. If you don't want your husband to divorce you, you take care of the kid. And of course, take care of me and my husband. I don't want to. So, I'm moving to your house early next month. Give up the room you're using for the sake of me and my unborn child. Your new will be, in your role as a housekeeper, why not set up a sleeping space in the kitchen? Sleeping on the hard, cold floor will suit you. Oh, that's delightful. Isabelle, I really don't understand what you mean. What? I don't know how you know who my current husband is, but I said that I'm single now. I have been a single mother since you stole my husband. I'm in the middle of working and trying to raise my child. I'm not a housewife at all. I really don't know what you're talking about. Can you please stop being so delusional? What? You really are stubborn, aren't you? When I had Tony taken from you, you were all tears, weren't you? You've really grown thick-skinned in these past 5 years, huh? How dare you try to deceive your sister with such lies? I'll become as strong as it takes as a mother to protect my child. Is this the fate of a woman who married a wealthy man? Jesus, I have to be careful. This conversation isn't making any sense at all. Like you know, lying like that just because you don't want to lose your life now? It's just too ridiculous and funny. It might affect the baby. Please keep the jokes light, okay? Laughing too much, if something happens to the baby, that would be no laughing matter. Oh no, this is no good. Ah, now I finally have real love. Mikey Pie is a little older, but that doesn't change the fact that we are destined to be together. Mikey Pie? I mean, Michael. We are so in love that we call each other Mikey Pie and Izzy Wizzy. I see. That's very sweet. Good for you. Well, I'll use you as my housekeeper from next month. From now on, you will work hard as my slave. Hey, Auntie. Hey, Ashley. How are you? I have to tell you something. That guy was definitely cheating. What? I got a message from the woman he was cheating with, so I took a screenshot and I'll send it to you now. It's a long message, so you'll have to read it to the end to understand what's going on. Just read it anyway. Then we'll talk about it in detail. Okay. Hey, this woman, Isabelle? Yeah, she's my sister-in-law. She became my sister-in-law when my mom remarried my dad. She rarely visits her parents' home and often avoids all the formalities with relatives, saying it's too much trouble. I don't know if you've met her much. I've only heard stories about her and Ashley's husband. Yeah, She's the one who took my husband away from me and took the father away from our child. Right. So that's how it is. That woman again. I mean, that conversation. She clearly missed the point. Yeah, right? I thought she lost her brain or something. This time, should I confront it head on? Yeah, if you can. To be honest, I'm practically irrelevant, and if I'm being pressured to get a divorce, there's nothing I can do about it. Besides, this is good timing for Auntie, right? It is. I'm not sure if I'm using it correctly, but it's like a summer insect flying into the fire, right? I guess so. It's funny that her bad luck strikes like this, just because she rarely shows up at family gatherings. I bet she didn't expect it either. Well then, shall we start preparing for a counterattack right away? Sure, I'll just go with the flow on my end. If needed, I can come back over there in time for the counterattack. How about that? Sure. Please do come if you can. I'm sure you'll see something interesting. Ashley, I'm moving there tomorrow. You did make a room for me, right? So, with that in mind, please take care of things, okay? Miss Housekeeper? Isabelle. Hello. I'm your aunt, Rebecca. I asked Ashley to use her phone. What? My aunt? Yes. No, I don't have an aunt. My father is an only child. The woman he remarried is my sister, so I'm your mother's sister. Then you're a stranger to me. Ashley thinks she can scare me by involving a stranger aunt. I guess she hasn't changed her timid personality. If that's the case, it's convenient because it's easy to treat her as a housekeeper. I'm sorry to interrupt you while you're so excited all by yourself. What? In conclusion, Michael is my husband. Huh? What are you talking about? You were too lazy to show up at any of my family gatherings. You must have had a relationship with each other without even noticing. Even though you two are not related by blood, we're still relatives. It's truly disgusting. Huh? Ah, I get it. I know it's Ashley pretending to be aunt. Oh my God. Do you want to go that far to interrupt my lovey-dovey life with Mikey Pie? You're too much of a wimp. You're really pathetic. I guess you really don't have a brain. What? Let me put it simply and plainly. I made Michael write divorce papers and kicked him out of the house. And I just filed the papers earlier. What? I had been aware of Michael's affair for a long time, but I didn't have any solid proof. And then you, the cheating partner, brought it to me yourself. Really, it was really good timing. Thank you. I finally got a divorce. Now I can be free of that lousy husband of mine. I know it's hard to take care of him, but you're the one who's going to have to do it from now on. I'll have you and Michael move out of the house too. What? Wait! Huh? I thought you didn't want to be divorced. If a housewife gets divorced, she'll be out on the street. That's why I said I'd make you my housekeeper. Why should Mikey Pie be kicked out of his own house? That house is in my name. What? I inherited it from my father. Michael and I get divorced. He has no choice but to leave the house. Even you can understand this level of logic, right? What? Wait a minute. Are you really my aunt? You're not impersonating my idiot sister-in-law? Yes, I am. I've been saying that for a while now. Wait, what? Wait a minute. I just remembered something. I heard a long time ago that Ashley has a relative who inherited a company from her father who runs it. Oh, So you knew. Is that you? And that luxury house is in your name? That's weird, because I saw it. Ashley came out of that house, and Mikey Pie came out of that house too. I thought, if they're living together, they must be husband and wife. When was this? 6 months ago. Oh, if it was around that time, Ashley came back to America temporarily for about 2 weeks with your child. Came back to America? Yes, she stayed at our house during that time. Have you seen Ashley since then? I haven't, but... Well, it's natural that you haven't. She's in charge of my company's overseas division now. She's living abroad with her kids. Huh? If you don't believe me, take a look at my company's website. You'll find a picture of Ashley's face as the person in charge of overseas business development. By the way, she's back home temporarily now for the first time in 6 months. Both of us are watching this conversation together. And for now, I'm the one doing the typing. What? Is that true? Believe it or not, the Mikey Pie that you were so proud of taking from Ashley, he was my husband, and it is a fact. So, I will demand alimony from you and Michael. What? My lawyer will visit you soon. Oh my God! Okay. I'll have Mikey Pie pay my share of the alimony. Do whatever you want. Oh, I forgot one thing. Michael is unemployed, so... What? He was an employee of ours until the other day, though. As a result of our background check on this case, we also found that he went on a date with you during working hours. Furthermore, we've also discovered attempts to manipulate associated expenses. I have dismissed him without question. No way! I thought I was going to marry a rich man. I don't want an unemployed man. So, I'm afraid you'll have to pay the alimony on your own. Good luck. Wait a minute. I'm carrying Michael's child. I'm going to need more money from now on. Help me, please. We are relatives. This is not fair. You don't even come to say hello to me. You don't even know my face, and now you call yourself my relative? Even my niece Ashley says you're not her sister-in-law's sister. We're not related at all. Wait a minute. I thought I was going to have a lavish life with a housekeeper, so I already quit my job. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, and... What's more? Michael said he's going back to his parents' house because he's disappointed in you. Why? I mean, the fact that he had a relationship with you without knowing you were related. But I guess the most shocking thing must have been your affair. What? He is infertile, so he might have suspected you were with another man. What? I wonder who the father of your baby is. Oh no! No way! If it's not Michael's, then... Who is it? Oh, you know it very well, don't you? Or do you have so many relationships that you don't even know? I don't want to talk to such a dirty person anymore. Okay then, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Please look forward to the arrival of my lawyer. Oh no! There's no way I could be wrong. This must be a lie. It seems like I finally got through to her in our conversation. Probably. What is clear now is that the father of the baby was never found out. As a result of relying on her parents, who had already disowned her, the baby was taken away from her as soon as it was born. The child was adopted by a relative who had no children. Isabelle also has 2 young kids whom her ex-husband took custody of. The children have completely rejected her, and she is not allowed to visit them at all. It is no exaggeration to say that Isabelle has lost everything. She is now living in extreme poverty, working morning and night to pay the alimony demanded by my aunt and the child support for her children.
David, come back to office now. It's still early for lunch. Where and what are you doing?
I'm playing slots at the casino right now. Do you have any problems?
What? Are you serious?
So you think I'm a liar? Who do you think you are?
Now is not the time to be saying things like that. Did you forget that today is the big day?
Oh, is today the day old man comes to the company? I remember talking about it.
Your father is stepping down as president of this real estate company soon. He said he wanted to gather the executives for a meeting, and here you are playing slot machines.
He's talking about me, his own son, taking over as president, right? So this day has finally come, huh?
Is this the time to be so optimistic?
I'm leaving everything else to you.
What?
You're my wife and my employee, right? Make it work.
You can't do that.
Can't you even support your husband who's also the next president? You're a completely useless wife.
I don't know how to explain this to your father.
My father is soft on me. He won't complain about the heir. I mean, it's already decided that I'm going to be the president. There's nothing I should be called in to talk about now, is there?
If you keep saying things like that, one day you'll get caught off guard.
My father was a wealthy man, and he gave me some assets before.
Do you mean like stocks?
Yeah, eventually I'm going to get all the shares he owns. I took it as a learning experience.
What does it matter?
Even if I have some freedom, all his assets will be mine in the end. It's a waste to work hard.
What's that?
And even if I don't work hard at the company, I've got 100 million in assets from stocks alone.
That much? I've never heard of that before.
Didn't I tell you?
No, you didn't.
Well, whatever.
If you're making that much, why don't you contribute for living expenses?
Why?
I've been having trouble lately because you suddenly stopped putting it in.
I earned it. Let me spend it however I want. You're a wife and you're going to talk back to your husband?
Wife or husband, it doesn't matter. We both work and support the family together. We have 2 boys in elementary school. We have a lot of expenses.
You're the one who has to take care of that.
I can't believe that you are the father.
I mean, thanks to me, you're able to live in a big house with your family, so don't complain about it.
The house originally belonged to your father, right?
In other words, it's all thanks to marrying me, you know? You have a big yard and a swimming pool. You should be a little grateful to me.
Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about right now. Can't you at least come back to the office? I can at least hold the place together until you get back.
Oh, I'm winning!
What?
I'm in a bit of a rage right now, so I'm going to turn off my phone. Well, take care of the company. As a wife, do your job.
Wait, David. My name is Anita, and I'm 38 years old. I work for my father-in-law's real estate company, and I'm raising 2 elementary school-aged sons. I met my husband, who is 4 years older than me, 10 years ago at an online dating platform. Although he had a bit of a ditzy personality, I was attracted to his kind nature. We got married after 1 year of dating. We had a good relationship with in-laws, and we were living a good life, but recently, my husband became addicted to gambling and our lives changed drastically. He said he was making a lot of money from stocks. I'm sure he's spending that money on the casino. I have talked to my in-laws about it, but I think he is spoiled because he is their only son. I have thought about leaving him. Actually, I've been thinking about it all the time recently. But I work for my father-in-law's company and the house belongs to him. And when I think about my children, I'm having a hard time making the decision to leave. But I never imagined that I would find out a terrible fact later on. I can't believe you cheated on me.
Oh, did you find out?
A young woman came to my office. She said she wants me to leave you because she wants to get married. I can't believe it anymore.
Really? Man, it's so hard to be attractive.
Are you serious?
Don't complain just because I cheated on you. If you don't like it, why don't you divorce me?
What?
But if you break up with me, it's you who's in trouble.
What are you talking about?
The moment you let go of me, the wealthy man and the next president of the company, you're going to fall into the bottom of misery with the kids. Oh, you poor thing.
Why do you assume I'll be unhappy?
If you leave me, you'll have to leave this luxury mansion too.
You'll take away my place to live.
Not only that, you're gonna lose your job too.
What?
The real estate company you work for now, I'm eventually going to be the president. Then I wouldn't be stupid enough to keep my ex-wife employed.
But you had an affair, so if you divorce me, I'm going to charge you alimony.
Then I'll give you that old furniture in my office.
That old thing?
My dad bought it a long time ago. It cost about $1 million. $1 million is enough, right?
I bet the used price is low.
To tell you the truth, it was too big and a pain in the ass. Maybe I'll send it to your parents' house later.
What will happen to me?
I don't care. Anyway, I'm not going to pay a penny if it comes to divorce. If you want to go to court, go ahead. But if I keep refusing, you'll have to pay for the fees. Do you have the money for that? I don't think you can afford to go to court when you are going to lose your job.
But...
Oh, and I forgot to mention that if we get divorced, you'll be $500,000 in debt too.
what do you mean?
Actually, I have a $1 million debt.
What? I never heard that.
Because I didn't tell you. Why would I tell you that? Are you stupid?
You're the stupid one. 1 million debt. Why did you borrow that much? Didn't you say the other day that you were making money in stocks?
I was making good money until last month, but the stock market crashed recently.
So you borrowed money.
So I bought another stock with all my assets and tried again, but it didn't work out.
You said you had assets of about 1 million, right? And that's gone to zero.
Yep, I went into debt to make another fortune in stocks.
I'm getting a headache.
Don't get me wrong, the debt is temporary. I'm going to use the money to buy new stocks and make another fortune.
It's not going to be that easy.
I plan to pay it off soon, but if you're divorcing me, we split this 50-50.
Why would I do that?
Don't you know? That's a part of the property division.
No way!
It's written on the lawyer's website, I'm sure of it. If you still want to divorce me, I'll do it. But remember that you'll be unemployed and in debt for the rest of your life.
No way! I can't stand it.
I know, right? If you don't want to go to hell for being dumped by me, at least allow me to cheat on you.
This is too much.
Where the hell are you?
Why are you texting me at this time?
Where's my dinner?
I didn't prepare any dinner.
You've got to be kidding me. You're not a good wife if you don't prepare even one meal for your tired husband when he comes home.
Does that mean you've been working all this time?
I've been playing with women. Do you have any problem?
Yes, a lot. You were tired of playing with women. Do you want me to cook dinner? You've got to be kidding me.
What the hell? Do you want me to divorce you?
Why do you keep talking about divorce? Are you threatening me?
I'm serious. I even have the divorce papers filled out and ready to go in the desk drawer in the den.
Oh, I found them the other day when I was cleaning.
I can dump you anytime I want. I can easily send you into unemployment and dead hell with just one mood of mine, you know? Now what? You're freaking out now that you know how serious I am?
Actually, I feel relieved.
Huh? You're saying you don't mind being dumped by me?
You're the one who's getting dumped. I've already filed for divorce.
What do you mean?
I mean what it says.
Do you understand what I said? If you divorce me, you'll be in debt.
You've already filed for divorce. Why are you acting like that now?
No, it's not like that. I'm being realistic. I feel sorry for you that you're going to be in debt.
Then don't worry. If you're talking about property division, I've spoken to a lawyer.
Did you even go that far?
If it was just a living expense loan or something, but this time you created the debt on your own, right? That's not subject to property division, according to the lawyer.
So you're saying I'm supposed to repay the 1 million by myself even after the divorce?
Yes, of course.
But I saw on the internet that the debt is part of the property. That lawyer's a liar. He's lying to get you divorced just so he can trap you in debt.
Why would a lawyer do that? It's not you. Are you stupid?
Enough. I'll divorce you or whatever, but you're fired.
That's exactly what I'm going to do to you.
What do you mean?
You're fired as of today.
Why?
Because going out to have fun during working hours is generally considered inappropriate for a responsible working adult. You've been absent without notice frequently, which provides ample reason for termination.
I'm the next president. You can't do that.
No, I'm the next president.
What?
2 months ago, there was a meeting with your father and senior management to discuss the new president, right?
Yeah, that one. I didn't need to be there. Didn't they end up talking about making me the president?
How can you be so confident after doing such an insane thing? It was an important meeting, but you were so busy playing slot machine that you didn't even come to the office, right? That's why your father got so mad at you.
My kind dad?
I showed him our conversation and he was furious.
Are you serious? Don't show it to him. I mean, there's no way my dad would get mad at me for something like this. My dad was sweet to me and forgave me no matter what I did.
Until now, he's been willing to tolerate a few things just because you're their only son. But he couldn't entrust the company to someone who would do something like this.
So they made you, who is not related to my blood, the next president. That's crazy, right?
Basically, there's no legal problem with anyone becoming the successor. He appreciated my diligent work at the company until now.
You're just a mere clerk.
What? You thought I was a clerk?
You don't know anything about real estate and you don't have a license.
I have a real estate license.
What?
I am a real estate agent. To put it simply, a real estate transaction specialist.
Don't be so proud of just that. You're just an ordinary employee.
I've been the head of the sales department since last year.
Seriously?
You haven't been coming to the office properly recently. It's only natural that you don't know anything about it. How dare you claim to be the next president of the company when you don't even know what a real estate agent is or how an employee works? We don't need an employee who doesn't have any qualifications and who skips work to go to casinos.
Why does my father think so highly of you? I don't understand why he spoils you. You are just my wife.
I've worked hard and got results. My sales are top in the company right now. I even got my real estate license after I joined the company, in between raising my kids and taking care of the house.
I had no idea.
I'm sure I told you about the license.
I don't remember.
You don't listen to people too much.
It's not funny that I lost my job instead of taking over. And I'm in debt.
What happened to the stock market?
I told you they crashed.
But you even borrowed $1 million to try and fix it. You were so confident, but that doesn't mean it didn't work out, right?
That's...
Is there a problem?
Actually, the new stock I bought crashed again.
You really have no skills for that.
Don't talk like that. I did my best.
Then why didn't you stop gambling and cheating?
I know, but...
Your inability to know when it's time to quit is another sign of your lack of skills. Why did you get into it in the first place?
I just went into a casino on a whim. Then I easily made $2,000.
That's what they call beginner's luck.
Then I felt good, went to a strip club, and surprisingly all the girls wanted me.
I think you're mistaken. They just thought you were a good customer.
That's not true.
You told them that your father was wealthy and owned a company, didn't you?
Well, I talked a little bit just to keep the conversation going.
The woman you had an affair with who came to your office the other day was also a stripper, wasn't she?
But she likes me with all her heart. She's in love with my personality. Don't mix someone who's only after the money with my girlfriend.
His property is mine, or give me the title of the wife of the president. That's what she said to me, and it's related solely to money, right? She definitely didn't fall in love with you because of your personality.
That's not true. I'm a handsome man too.
Well, I guess, but recently your forehead has been getting bigger and bigger.
Don't say that. I'm insecure about it.
Whatever. I'm going to charge you alimony and child support, so be prepared, okay?
Oh, what about savings?
Oh, maybe you're expecting to get a share of the property still?
I know you have a large amount of savings, don't you?
You haven't been contributing to the living expenses lately, have you? I haven't been able to save any money.
What? No savings?
To be honest, I'm barely making ends meet.
Don't lie, you were working too. It's funny how that happens, isn't it? You've been secretly saving up money behind my back, haven't you? If we're getting divorced, you better know that I won't forgive you unless we split every last bit of that secret savings.
First and foremost, that luxurious mansion we were living in, The maintenance costs were incredibly high.
Huh?
The pool requires a professional for cleaning, and the garden is spacious, not to mention the several trees we had planted, right? We also had to do regular pruning and other maintenance to avoid causing any inconvenience to the neighbors, so it cost a decent amount of money.
That's why you don't have any savings?
Well, I have some, but it's for next year's property taxes. It's not actual savings.
Then I'll sell the house. Then I will get a chunk of change back, even if you pay all the bills.
I'm with your father right now, and he would never allow you to sell the house for that reason.
If it was given to me, it's mine now. Let me do what I want with it. I don't care if my dad says he won't allow it. It's my house, so there's no problem if I sell it off.
Well, there is.
Why?
Because he didn't change the name.
What?
We were just paying the property taxes and upkeep on the house so we could live in it.
What? I didn't know that.
You proposed it, didn't you? You asked for it because you really wanted to live in the mansion, and this is how it turned out, right? Don't tell me you didn't hear about that too, or that you forgot about it.
You're kidding, right? I never said that. I don't remember.
I can't believe you don't remember everything. In the beginning, you were the one who put in the living expenses, so I was able to get by. But it's been tough these days.
Then wait for the payment until my dad goes to the other side.
Don't tell me you're using his inheritance to pay for it.
If I inherit everything from my dad's estate, I can afford to pay you.
Oh, now your dad is really angry.
Why?
You said some pretty crazy things, so he has every right to be pissed.
But it's my privilege as the only son to receive the inheritance.
The rest of the assets will be given to a trusted relative while he's still alive.
What?
I won't give my stupid son a penny, he said. When I told him I was divorcing you, he said, well, then I'll leave my stupid son too.
You're kidding, right? Leave me? My father wouldn't do that, right? Hey, please tell my dad that I'm sorry about the company and everything. He wouldn't disown his own family, would he?
You were talking about the inheritance paying for alimony, and now you are questioning family bonds? That's really funny. Your father is getting angrier and angrier. Oh, but I can settle the alimony with that chest, you know?
That old chest is fine?
Yes, that's fine.
You know, you're an amazing woman. I've got to say, I'm impressed.
But I'm surprised that chest is worth $5 million.
Not $1 million? They bought that chest for $1 million, right?
I hired an appraiser to check the chest's value.
You did that?
I was just curious. And it's actually a historically valuable item.
Really?
And the appraiser said it's so rare and valuable that the price has gone up. If it continues to be in good condition, it may even increase in value.
Then that chest is mine. I'm not giving it to you.
Fine, but are you going to sell the chest and pay the fee?
No, I'll keep it until it jumps in value. So I'll pay alimony, child support and all my debts at once. Just wait a minute.
I'm not going to wait for something I don't know when it's going to be worth that much. And when the appraiser said it would go up in value, he meant if it's in good condition.
What does that matter?
They say you should take care of it at least once a month. They also warned me to be careful about mold if there's a lot of humidity. Can you do that? If it gets moldy or you don't take good care of it, it becomes a worthless chest. Ultimately, it's just going to be wasted in your possession. So don't you think it would be much wiser to give it to me at this point?
That's true, but...
Also, I've charged alimony to your side chick, so...
You went that far, huh?
I thought some form of punishment was necessary for the person who, despite knowing that you are married, even came to the company. My lawyer sent the documents about it, so maybe she's checking it out by now. I'm sure she'll be pissed off at you and contact you, right?
Oh, she's been calling me a lot. But why would she be pissed? She knew I was two-timing her. It's not my fault.
Well, I'm sure she's pissed. I had to write a letter about your gambling habits and all your debts.
Don't say anything unnecessary. You've gone too far.
There's no room for sympathy for you.
What?
All you've talked about up to this point is worrying about yourself. It's repulsive.
Then what was I supposed to talk about?
Worry about the kids?
Hold on, she's been calling me so much.
I know you forgot. You're not even a good parent.
There's so much going on. I was a little out of it.
That's what I'm saying is the problem. Make this piece of trash man experience hell to the fullest.
Oh no.
After that, with the help of my lawyer and my father-in-law, I was able to claim $5 million for alimony in the form of a chest, and he agreed to pay child support in split payments. My ex-husband broke up with his side chick after an argument, disowned by his parents, and was fired from his job. The other day, I happened to see my ex-husband in town. Perhaps due to stress, the thinning on the top of his head and forehead has been progressing. He had lost all traces of his former self and had a pitiful appearance. I wasted no time, and in a few days, I managed to investigate my ex-husband's whereabouts, and I found out where he is. It seems he has ended up paying off a large amount of debt and is living in poverty in a shabby apartment. I haven't managed to collect any payment in child support yet, so I think I will consult a lawyer and file a claim as soon as possible. My marriage has come to a pitiful end. From now on, I will do my best as a parent so that my children can live happily.
I want to apologize to you, sis. What's going on all of a sudden? I'm at a hotel with your husband. What? I'm sorry for taking away your precious thing, sis. I didn't mean to, you know. I fell in love with him. Oh, okay. I see. Understood. I get it. Sis, what's wrong? What? Nothing is wrong. So, what do you want me to do? I'll tell you straight out. He says he wants to marry me, so get a divorce. Is that what Kevin is saying? Yeah, he says I'm better than my ugly sister. I knew it. Men would rather have a pretty girl than an ugly one. Oh, really? He says that even if the world points the finger at us, he's going to keep on loving me. He says he wants me to believe in him. That's so thrilling. Alice, your English has gotten better. I'm so surprised. What? English? You had bad grades in English, and you couldn't even read words properly, but now you know how to say words like thrilling. That doesn't sound like Alice. When and where did you learn such a difficult word? Well, you know, I have a smartphone. My smartphone is helping me choose the right words and spelling them out for me. I'm glad that my phone is helping me sound smart. I see, so that's what that was all about. I don't care about that right now. So, I'm sorry, but give me your husband. Just break up with Kevin. No way. Huh? Your tone suddenly changed. Why? I'll never break up with him. There's no way we're splitting up. Why not? It's just too hard for you to be with a man who's in love with another woman. That won't make you happy at all, will it? Because Kevin will be happier if he breaks up with me, right? I can't let him do that. It's not going to happen if he's trying to make me suffer alone. You must have felt the same way. You're my little sister. You understand my personality, don't you? But, I mean, you're an idiot. Do you think you'll get away with it if you steal someone's husband? Why don't you take a little more care of your future? Are you talking about compensation? There's no way I'm going to pay that to you since we're sisters. Call it even. What kind of law is that? We don't have such a law in our country. We don't? Sisters fighting over things is just dirty laundry. It's civil affairs. I'm not going to fight this case criminally in the first place. You don't understand. Just give me your husband. Accept your pretty sister's request. Who are you anyway? What? What are you talking about, sis? You've got to be kidding. Don't you remember your sweet little sister? How could I forget my little sister? She's my precious sister. That's why I'm asking. I'm your sister Alice. Don't be kidding, sis. You can see that I'm texting from my WhatsApp account, right? You can see my profile picture as well, right? That's enough. Answer my question. I'm with my sister right now. So who are you? What? I'm having dinner with my sister Alice. She says she lost her phone. You have it, right? Come on, sis. You're kidding me. I'm Alice. Don't ask me sad questions like, who are you? You may not know this, but Alice never calls me sis. What? My sister always calls me by my name, Sarah. She has been studying in China since junior high school, and since she's not good at English, we usually speak in Chinese. That's why I told you earlier that your English has gotten better. What? I don't know anything about that. So, who are you? Are you Kevin? Be honest. No, I'm not. Identify yourself. No, I'll never do that. Is it true that you had an affair with Kevin? I'm calling my husband right now, but he's not answering at all. Tell the truth. I won't tell you. What the hell is wrong with you? What are you doing this for? I'll find out. Farewell. What? I'll return the phone. Hey, are you cheating on me? What? What are you talking about all of a sudden? Stop saying weird things. Someone who sounded like the other woman pretended to be my sister and sent me WhatsApp messages. This person used Alice's WhatsApp account. Can you believe it? She said she's at a hotel with you. She told me to break up with you. What's that? Scary. Right? I was having dinner with Alice. I dropped her off at my parents' house a while ago. We found Alice's phone in our mailbox at our parents' house. I was surprised because this person knows our parents' house. Was this you? I'm at work right now. There's no way I could have done that. Really? I can trust you, right? Can you swear to God? Of course I can. Do you think I would cheat on you, knowing better than anyone that there is no more daredevil move than cheating on you? I don't think so. If you cheat on me, you promise to cut off the most important part of your body and throw it in the garbage so you can never fool around again. You remember that, don't you? I remember. You don't even cook, but the fact that you have a knife is a deterrent, so don't worry about it. Then who is that woman? Why did she send me messages? I don't know. I told you I'm at work. You really have no idea? Not at all. That's weird. What the hell? It's true. Please believe me. Wait a minute. What was that? What? Did you think it was suspicious that I used the word please? Listen to me. I wanted to seriously deny it, so I ended up being polite. I have nothing to hide. I mean, is me saying please that suspicious? It's not that. I heard a terrible noise. A thief? I don't know. It came from the living room. Be careful. What am I gonna do? I'm scared. Don't do anything. I'll call the police right away. Go hide in the bathroom or something. Listen, don't move, okay? Is it that woman? Or is it a thief? It sounded like a window breaking. Maybe she threw something in. What should I do? Hold on, I'm calling the police. Oh my God. What is it? There's glass everywhere in the living room. I can't walk in there. Who's gonna clean this up? I'll do it when I get back. Don't touch it, it's dangerous. I told you not to move. Absolutely unforgivable. I'm sure it's that woman. I'm sure of it. It's a woman's intuition. Hey, please, calm down. You could get hurt. Are you having an affair? I just can't trust you yet. No, I'm not having an affair. Why would I cheat on you? This woman must want you very badly. Otherwise, she wouldn't have gone to all this trouble. She loves you so much. It's hard to prove what I didn't do. Okay, I'm going after her. We can't catch her if she runs away. Don't. Please don't move. It's too dangerous. It's okay. It can't be far. Please don't move. Please. Farewell. What? Hi, it's been a while. I was worried because I haven't seen you around lately, even though we live next door. Oh, Sarah, it's been a long time. How are you? How can I help you today? Yesterday, a rock was thrown at our house. Did nothing happen at your house? No, I remember there was a police car and it was very noisy. What happened? I don't know. There was a woman who pretended to be my sister and sent me messages. It's like one problem after another. Is that so? Scary. It's a dangerous world we live in, isn't it? I'll have to be careful too. And by the way, I chased after the offender yesterday. What? You chased after the offender? Yeah. Why are you surprised? Oh, I'm just surprised you would do something so dangerous. In this day and age, you never know what might happen to you. I was sure it wasn't a man. Worst case scenario, I was going to throw her over her shoulder. You do martial arts or something? You must be very strong, Sarah. No, not so much. I'm rather skilled in ground fighting. I won't let you get away with it. What? Oh, no, I'm talking about martial arts. Did you misunderstand something? No, of course not. So, did you find the offender? No, it was close. I lost her on the way. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope they catch her soon. I'm worried. I must have disturbed you late at night yesterday. I'd like to come visit and apologize. Are you home today? You don't need to go to all that trouble. We're neighbors. It's give and take. Besides, it was you who got yourself in danger. No, it's a matter of courtesy. I'd like to thank you face to face instead of this small talk. If possible, I'd like to see you when your husband is around. When my husband is around? Why? I must have woken him with the siren of a police car. I'm sorry about that. No, it's fine. There's no need for you to be so concerned. Why are you don't have to be so evasive. No, I'm really fine. I appreciate your thought, though. Is that so? Well, farewell then. What? What is wrong with you? You messed up my family. What the hell do you think you're doing? Oh my gosh, you just came out of the blue? You're an insane neighbor. You treated me like a criminal in front of my husband. Are you crazy? What proof do you have that you're saying such crazy things? Huh? You still don't get it? Have you not noticed which one of us is crazy? You think I pretended to be your sister? Don't make false accusations like that. How could I do such a thing? You're out of your mind. My sister sticks her phone in her low-rise jeans pocket. I always tell her not to do that because it will fall out. Sure enough, she went out that day after dropping her phone in our front yard. It was my sister's fault too. So what? It's none of my business how your sister wears her jeans. It does matter. You're the one who picked up the phone that fell off. Huh? What are you talking about? You saw the history of conversations between my sister and I, didn't you? Hello, Sarah. Thank you. I love you. I want to eat steak. You're weird sisters, aren't you? So what? She was practicing her English. You should have known it was unnatural, but you, with your ostrich-like brain, didn't. Huh? Practicing English? By the way, for an ostrich with a big body, its brain is smaller than its eyeball. That's why they have such a bad memory, that they forget why they're running in the middle of a race. Why are you telling me about ostriches? Are you trying to say that my brain is like an ostrich's? How rude. You're right. I'm sorry. I was out of line. I'm sorry to the ostriches of the world. What's that? My husband lashed out at me all night and I had a hard time. It's all your fault. I wonder if that's enough. Isn't this a bigger problem than that? Do you have any proof that it was me who sent you messages and threw a rock at your house? Just because of your selfish imagination, stop making me suffer. As for my sister's phone, I've already submitted it to the police. If they find your fingerprints on it, you're over. It's under examination. What? As for the rock-throwing incident, we have a footage of you climbing over our fence and walking into the house next door. No, I just went into the wrong house and left in a hurry. It was too dark to see. Who would make a mistake and climb a fence? I guess you have a small brain after all. This woman. What a thing to say. The person who threw a rock at our window, I had no idea she would be my neighbor. I was just teasing you. I just gave in to temptation. We all have times like that, right? We're still going to be neighbors in the future, so don't make any more fuss. You're bothering me. How can you be so arrogant without even apologizing? Even if you just gave in to temptation, you should apologize first. I'm very annoyed too. You must be bluffing because the police didn't show up even after 2 days. Well, that means you don't have any conclusive evidence, huh? I know you're trying to get me to confess, but it's no use because I didn't do anything. You think the police are going to come and arrest you in a second? You do have a small brain, huh? Stop making fun of me. The police have to check for fingerprints on the phone and footprints in our yard and stuff. That doesn't mean they can get to me. I doubt it. Considering from the insane thing you've done this time, I'm sure you've done something like this in the past. It's definitely suspicious. Nope. Really? You swear? I mean, I think so. I'm sure there's something. God, you're persistent. Your husband asked your folks. He asked if you have a criminal record. I was so sorry he had to do that. What? What are you doing without telling me? Your mother felt like your lies were finally revealed and she blabbed. You have a good and honest mother. That bitch. You can't talk to your mother like that. I can't believe you're not only insane, but you have a bad mouth too. You know, we all get naughty when we were young. It's in the past. What's wrong with that? Is it just naughty to go wild at a pub with a beer bottle in your hand, injuring people and pushing people onto the road? Isn't that dangerous behavior? I kept it from my husband. Because of you. If you love your husband so much that you don't want him to hate you, why did you want my husband? Huh? I don't want your bearded, ugly gorilla. Huh? My Kevin is the most handsome guy in the gorilla community. Don't be rude. Oh, are you admitting that he looks like a gorilla? Then why did you do it? I just wanted to destroy your family. I wanted to fuck it up. What did I do to you? I didn't do anything. Your happy face is annoying me. It pisses me off. Huh? My house is a small house built on a small piece of land I somehow managed to buy. And right next to it, you built a huge mansion with a huge yard. It's really an eyesore. Is that the reason? Is that what it's all about? And you always go out together, looking like a lovely couple. As for me, my husband and I haven't touched each other for 3 years. I don't care anything about other couples' relationships. I don't give a damn. I thought if your husband was cheating on you, you'd be so upset your family would be a mess, you'd get divorced, sell the house, and go away. How's that working out for you? It's starting to happen, isn't it? I'm sorry, I can't make any of your dreams come true. I'm not getting a divorce, and I'm staying here forever. I'm kind of sorry about that. Huh? What is that? Get out of here. People hate you and your husband in this town. There's nothing good about continuing to live here. That's you. Huh? You don't take out the garbage properly. You ignore all the town's events. You run your car the wrong way every time because it's a shortcut even though it's a one-way street. You're the one who's causing everyone trouble. Don't you even realize that? That's just little things. You know what? Doing whatever you want, attacking and trying to get rid of people just because you don't like them are not things a person with a sane brain would do. I bet even ostriches live more peacefully. Why can't you live in peace, Nora? I told you to stop making fun of me. You stole my sister's phone. That's stealing. Breaking our window is breaking and entering and destruction of property. Driving the wrong way is a violation of law too if there's proof. You're going to be busy with the trials. Good luck. What the hell is this? I'm so angry. I doubted my husband. He's such a kind and gentle man, but I hurt him. I can't apologize enough. My husband forgives me, but once I threw those words, I can't take them back. It's really sad. So what? So we decided to go to Hawaii so we can both forget about the bad things we've been through. I'm going to spend some time and escape from the reality. What is this? Are you harassing me? You're living a life of envy. I won't usually go out of my way to tell people we're going on vacation, because it sounds like bragging. But since it's you, I'm telling you on purpose. You're a jerk. I don't care what you think of me. I don't want anything to do with you ever again. But if you ever try to get back at us, I'll make you regret it. Please keep that in mind. What? Both my husband and his family have powerful connections and ample financial resources. I can show you that the rock you threw will come back many times as big as the one you threw. I'm not threatening you, okay? I won't do anything. I'll be quiet and reflective, and I'll disappear. I'm really sorry about what I've done. Thank you for understanding. I just wish you would have admitted it a little sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me. Oh, wait a minute. Can you leave by saying farewell? Why? I kinda like it. Farewell. Okay, good job. Later, Nora was arrested by the police who visited her house. She seemed to have taken everything lightly, but the rock throwing was a very dangerous act. She was sentenced to prison because she had malicious intent to get rid of me. I hope she will reflect well on her actions behind bars. Naturally, her husband decided to divorce her. He said he was glad that they didn't have children. I felt sorry for him, but he seemed relieved. He said the reason why he never touched Nora was because Nora kept forcing him to act like a lovely couple, and that made him super stressful. Nora was released from prison after a year and a half and was cut off from all the people she had known. She was unable to get a job due to prejudice from her criminal record, so she lied about her identity and started working at a bar in the countryside. She became a popular person by telling a big lie that she was a model in LA. She doesn't seem to show much remorse. So I made a phone call to the pub to tell the people there that what Nora was saying was a lie. I apologized a lot to my husband, and he forgave me. I'm going to relax in Hawaii.
Mia, you looked absolutely beautiful in your wedding dress. My wife was sorry she couldn't make it to the ceremony because she's about to give birth.
Hello, my new brother-in-law. Thank you for coming to our ceremony the other day.
By the way, Mia, did you see the wedding gift we gave you? I hope you liked it.
Yeah, I saw it. It's just,
What? I guess it's not to your taste?
I mean, I don't mean to sound rude, but I thought it was a little simple for a wedding gift.
I know, right? After all, it was candy and I bought for $1. I'm sure it was pretty disappointing, wasn't it?
If so, why did you choose that gift?
Mira only gave me $1.
My sister.
See, my wife manages the family budget. She decides how much to give for weddings and funerals. I told her to give more for her sister's wedding, but she said $1 was enough. She's such a cheapskate.
I can't believe it. My sister isn't like that.
But it's true. I bet it's because she's going to have a baby soon and it's going to cost a lot of money. She's probably just saving money. Mira is responsible and reliable.
It's still weird. I don't think my sister would be so stingy at her own family member's wedding, no matter how much she wants to save money. My sister has taken good care of me since I was a child. Even now, on my birthday and Christmas, she always gives me presents. I'm gonna ask her in person.
What? Don't do that.
Why not? $1 for a wedding gift is just impossible. It could be some kind of mistake.
No, don't call Mira. No matter how close you are, you shouldn't tell her the gift is too cheap.
It's okay. My sister and I are close enough to talk about money without hiding it. I'll ask her myself.
I'm telling you, don't do it.
What's wrong? You don't have to get so worked up.
I really don't want to say this to you, Mia. We're actually out of money right now.
Out of money?
That's right. We're just barely getting by as it is. We can't afford to spend money on a wedding gift.
I didn't realize that, but I haven't heard anything from my sister about that.
There's no way she can tell her sister about our family's financial situation. Mira must have pride as an older sister. She didn't want to worry you.
I see, but that's odd too.
Huh?
Both of you work for big companies, don't you? I'm sure you both get paid more than others. And you don't have kids yet, so you probably don't need much money to live on. How in the world can you run out of money?
I got demoted and they cut my salary.
What? You got demoted? My sister didn't say anything.
She would never do anything to embarrass me. There's no way Mira would say anything. It seems like you lack tactfulness. Anyway, we're in a tight spot right now. Just be glad you got our wedding gift at all.
I still have to call my sister.
What?
Because I'm worried about her. When I saw her the other day, she was wearing fashionable clothes and didn't look like she was hurting for money at all. If she's really living on the edge, as her sister, I want to help her. But before I do that, I want to see her in person and make sure she's really in trouble.
Are you an idiot?
What?
Mira gave me $1 out of her meager living, and you're going to ask her to give you more?
What? I wouldn't do that. I just want to make sure of the facts.
I'm just saying, you know, you don't need to be sure. Think about how Mira feels trying not to make you worry. Or is it possible that you don't like Mira and you're trying to give her a hard time?
That's not true at all.
Besides, she's pregnant and in a delicate period. Don't provoke her by saying unnecessary things. If something happens to Mira or the baby, how will you take responsibility?
Don't be so dramatic.
When my salary goes up again and life settles down, I'll give you something again. So please, be content with a $1 gift this time. And don't say anything to Mira.
Well, I'm going to be busy with my honeymoon. I won't even contact her until I get back from my trip.
Good. That's what I'd expect from a sister who loves her sister.
No. I didn't say I wouldn't contact her ever.
Well then, promise not to mention the wedding gift again. Have fun on your honeymoon.
Thus, my brother-in-law ended the conversation unilaterally. I was not convinced at all. My sister, who is 5 years older than me, has been taking care of me since I was a little girl. She was more than happy when I decided to get married. I couldn't believe that my sister would only pay $1 for a wedding gift. I can't believe it. My brother-in-law says that he is having a hard time making ends meet because of his demotion at work, but the way my sister lives, she doesn't seem to be in need of money. When I try to check with her directly, my brother-in-law desperately tries to stop me. If what he says is true, it may be rude to get involved in other people's money matters, even if we are sisters. But my brother-in-law's story just doesn't come together. I was just about to go on my honeymoon with my husband. I decided not to pursue the wedding gift. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. Then I found out something horrible. I had no idea that my brother-in-law had done something like that. I was so surprised that I was speechless.
Mia, you came back from your honeymoon yesterday, right? How was it? Did you have fun?
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
That's good to hear. And you didn't call Mira, did you?
I did as soon as I got back.
What? You promised you wouldn't contact Mira.
I made no such promise. I did say that I wouldn't contact her until we got back from our honeymoon. We're sisters. We can't just not keep in touch with each other from now on. Besides, if I came back from my trip and didn't contact her at all, she would be more worried.
So you didn't? You didn't ask her about the wedding gift, did you?
I did. My sister says she gave you $1,000.
Huh?
What the hell is going on? You said that my sister only gave you $1. That's a totally different amount.
Mira is lying.
What? Lying?
Mira was embarrassed, so she said $1,000 on the spur of the moment. Oh, what a mess. I went to a lot of trouble to make sure Mira wouldn't get hurt. I explicitly told you not to contact her. I bet Mira is depressed right now because of you, Mia.
I doubt that. I think you know, but Sis isn't the type of person that likes to lie. I don't think she would say $1 for $1,000, do you?
She's so worried about us being poor. She would have to tell a lie in spite of hating it. By the way, Mia, I heard you're going to build a new home?
Yes, that's the plan.
That means you have a lot of money, right?
No, I don't have a lot of money. We're going to buy it with a loan.
So, I have a favor to ask you, Mia.
What is it?
I need to borrow some money.
What?
Actually, I've been laid off from my job. Mira's on maternity leave and I'm out of work. I don't think I'll be able to make ends meet.
What? A demotion followed by a layoff? You're still in your 30s, right?
The company's performance has been deteriorating due to the recent recession. Even the younger workers are being forced to quit one after another. But Mira will have a baby soon. If things continue like this, the three of us, parents and child, will end up on the street. So I just need a little bit of money. Lend me some money.
As you can imagine, that's impossible.
Why not? You're newlyweds that can build your own home. You at least have enough money to lend to your sister and her husband.
If we build a new house, we'll have to furnish it with furniture, appliances, and all sorts of other things. We can't afford to lend people money.
What a cold sister.
Huh?
Are you going to tell me that you are going to live happily in your new house while your sister and her husband are in trouble? Living in a new house without any inconvenience. You are going to mock us as a pathetic bottom-feeding couple while you are living in a newly built house without any inconvenience.
I don't know how you get that idea. Is it so wrong that I don't lend you money? Even you must have had a difficult time as a newlywed with all the money you had to spend. I'm sorry to hear that you were laid off, but please don't be unreasonable.
So, then you've just abandoned Mira. Until now, I thought you were the kind sister who cared for her sister, but it turns out you are a self-centered woman who only cares about herself.
I think it's you who is self-centered. We both have to save money for the future. We can't just be asked to lend money. No questions asked.
Then what do you care what happens to Mira? Are you going to stand by and watch your own sister fall into homelessness?
If she asked me directly, I would consider it.
Directly again? Are you saying you don't trust me?
That's not what I mean. But it was the same with the wedding gift. What you and my sister are saying are completely different? I would have to confirm it directly with her. I can't just lend you the little money I have.
I've been telling you this for a while. She has her pride too. She can't ask her sister for a loan, can she? That's why I'm asking on her behalf.
But since it's about money, I have to check with her first. If she's really in trouble, she'll be honest with me.
Mia, stop making a big deal out of it and just lend me the money, even if it's only $10,000.
You need that much?
I've had a lot of expenses, like preparing for the birth of the baby. I'll pay back every penny, but I need to take care of my family. If you don't lend me the money and something happens to Mira and the baby, what would you do? You will regret it for the rest of your life.
Again with the threatening. Of course, I wouldn't want anything to happen to my sister. It's not up to me alone to decide whether or not to lend you money. I'll have to discuss it with my husband.
So you're going to lend me money, Mia?
No, I haven't agreed to it yet.
I knew I needed to have a sister-in-law who's like a sister to me.
I didn't say I'd lend you the money yet.
No, you're kind-hearted. I'm sure you'll have the $10,000 ready for me within 10 days. You have to give it to me.
That's enough. I never promised to lend you any money, and $10,000 is too much to begin with.
If you refuse, I'll have no other choice.
What?
I'll send you to hell, Mia.
How?
The fact that you're having an affair with another man right after you got married. I'll spread the news on social media.
What? Not having an affair?
I don't care if it's true or not. The rumors I spread will get to your workplace. You have to quit your job because everybody will be looking at you sideways. Eventually, your relationship will go downhill. And finally, you'll get a divorce and lose everything. That's how it will all work out. Good luck with that.
That's terrible. Are you trying to ruin my life?
Lend me the money before that happens.
You're an asshole.
I'm fine with being an asshole. I don't care what you call me as long as it's for my family. Well then, give me $10,000 in 10 days, please. And the fact that I'm borrowing the money from you. Don't ever tell Mira. Mia, it's been 10 days, just like we promised. Have you got the money ready?
Can you come to my house right now?
Oh god, you're really gonna lend the money to me, aren't you? That's great, Mia. I'm off work today, so I'll come get it right now. And lucky for you, Mira is still at the hospital right after giving birth. I don't have to worry about Mira finding out.
I'll be waiting for you then.
Thank you so much.
By the way, what were you doing in Los Angeles?
What? What are you talking about? I didn't go to Los Angeles.
I saw you in Los Angeles. That's where our honeymoon was.
You don't think you've mistaken me for someone else?
My husband who was with me said it was definitely you. It's not a mistake. By the way, it looks like you were walking with a woman.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was on a business trip.
Business trip?
Yes, I was suddenly ordered to go there on business. She was just one of my co-workers.
That's weird.
What?
Weren't you just laid off recently? But you were ordered to go on a business trip?
Please,
stop lying to me. The woman you were with was your lover, wasn't she?
No, I wasn't cheating. The only person I love is Mira.
You deceived my sister, the woman you're supposed to love. You took the $1,000 wedding gift money that was supposed to be given to me and spent it on your lover. Am I wrong?
Why do you know that?
I've done a lot of research over the past 10 days. When I saw you in Los Angeles, I actually took a picture of you. I showed the pictures I took to my sister. Then my sister says she remembered seeing her. She was your ex-girlfriend from college. You guys all went to college together. She knew your ex-girlfriend's face.
Seriously? You told Mira?
Well, it's obvious from the picture, right? You said you were laid off from your company, but that was also a lie. It's true that you were laid off from the company, but it wasn't because of poor company performance. It was because you were dishonest. My sister was disappointed.
How could you know so much?
Sis hired a detective. You tried to keep the wedding gift money. You tried to go on a trip with your ex-girlfriend. You were doing all kinds of crazy things, so she asked a professional to investigate. She found out a lot of things. You've been in contact with your ex-girlfriend ever since she got pregnant, contacting her and seeing her all the time. And to get her attention, you gave her expensive gifts. But eventually you ran out of money and got into trouble. You pocketed $1,000 for a wedding gift that my sister had prepared for me. You lied and said she only gave you $1. You were skimming off company expenses. They found out and fired you. You asked me to lend you $10,000 because you wanted money to compensate the company for the damage, didn't you? Everything you did was so scummy that I was disgusted.
And yet Mira didn't say anything to me? Is she saying that you knew everything and dared to keep quiet?
My sister was about to give birth. She didn't want to go ballistic confronting you with the truth. She wanted to make sure the child would be born safely. I think she was just pretending she didn't know anything.
Oh no, how about the part of you lending me some money?
There's no way I'd lend money to a bum like you. You'll have to manage on your own. Also, my sister won't go home to you.
What? Don't tell me Mira is going to break up with me.
On the contrary, did you think she wouldn't break up with you?
Please, Mia, will you convince Mira? I don't want Mira to dump me, and I haven't found a new job yet. I can't divorce her now.
Then why don't you have your lover provide for you?
She's not working enough to support me. That's why I've been paying for everything.
Just as I thought. All you can do is get a job and somehow pay off all the debt.
Mia, I apologize for lying to you. I'll work and pay you back the $1,000 wedding gift. Can you lend me some money, just a little?
I'm not the one you should be apologizing to. It's my sister, and I have no intention of lending you any money. I don't ever want to see you again.
Don't be so cold. We're family.
Family? You and my sister are getting divorced soon, so we're unrelated.
If you keep this up, I'll be on the street. You want your brother-in-law to be miserable?
That's why I said we're not related. Your alimony and child support for the affair, plus damages to the company. Please pay them on time without relying on others.
I can't pay that much on my own. I can't divorce Mira. But what should I do? I've been messaging Mira for a while. She hasn't read my messages at all. Mia, you can contact Mira, can't you? Contact Mira on my behalf. Tell her to stop thinking about the divorce.
Huh? I don't want to. You told me not to contact my sister. Then I'll put an end to contacting my brother-in-law too. Goodbye.
Mia, wait! Please, help me!
Later, my sister and brother-in-law divorced. Of course, my sister got custody of the kids. My brother-in-law was asked for compensation and child support. There was no way my brother-in-law, who was unemployed, could pay it all in one lump sum. He had to borrow money and pay in installments. After the divorce, my brother-in-law moved in with a woman he was having an affair with. But not having a job and being deeply in debt, the woman dumped him without giving it another thought. He went back to his parents' house in tears to live with them. However, there was no way his parents would forgive their son for betraying his wife who was about to give birth. They threw him out, and he rented a shabby apartment. He is now living a life of poverty and loneliness on his own, scraping by with day-to-day jobs. My sister, on the other hand, has returned to our parents' home and is doing her best to raise her son with their support. I hope she will find a faithful and wonderful partner.
Maggie, what are you doing? Hannah, I'm working right now. Huh? Isn't it late? Where's my dinner? I'm working late tonight. I told you I was going to be late tonight, right? So what? If you don't come home, who's going to cook my dinner? Hurry up. Sour will be home early today. He's supposed to make it. He's supposed to leave on time, so I'm sure he'll be there soon. So it's sour today. I've been thinking about it for a while. You shouldn't do that kind of thing. What's that? Like making your husband cook meals. Your husband's not a housewife. Maggie, you should hurry up, come home. And you should make dinner. Work, work, work. You're a housewife, and you use that as an excuse. Don't you feel bad? No, it's a fact that I have to work too. We both have always worked. So what? Mom is sick too. You have to try to do more housework. What's the point of you living with us? That's not why we live together. Besides, the reason I'm the one working is the cost of making the house a two-family home. Most of Sour's salary goes to pay off the loan. Most of our living expenses come out of my salary. If I don't work, we'll be in trouble when we... You want me to quit my job and become a housewife? No one's saying that. You need to work. You should be able to bring money into the house and do all the housework. You aren't even related. Because I let you live in our house. You should be grateful. Sour is paying for the house. I don't really feel like you're letting me live there. Don't talk back. Don't take advantage of his kindness. Try harder. Or I'll have you leave. A woman who can't balance work and home is just a pain in the ass. You're living here, so you should be more than happy to work and do the housework. About work. I'll be taking time off for a while. I may not be able to pay for the living expenses. What? Why? I'm pregnant. I have a baby inside of me. So in a few months, I'm going on maternity leave. My income will decrease. I'd also like you to put some money into the house. You're the one who takes advantage of your family's kindness and doesn't pay any bills. You don't even do any housework, right? I'm not going to be criticized by someone like that. Huh? I'm letting you, a stranger, live in my parents' house. And that's your attitude? I'm not going to lose income, for Christ's sake. You should work harder. Work. You don't need kids. Get rid of it. What? Are you serious? Just because you're having a baby doesn't mean you'll be happy. You're making a mistake. An ugly child like yours wouldn't be loved even if it was born. It would just be a pain in the ass. So hurry up and take care of it. If your income is going to be less than it is now, I'll have you move out. That's not your decision to make, is it? Whether I leave or not. whether I have a child or not. Who do you think you are? Well, who do you think you are? Just because my father is lenient, I can't let you act so arrogantly anymore. If your income is going down, I'll ask you to leave. If you don't like it, then you'll have to get an abortion. I won't allow you to miss work. I'm not gonna have a sister-in-law who doesn't bring home any money. There's no reason to have you here. I'm going to ask you to leave. You don't like me. I kind of knew that. But I can't believe you talk that way about a life that was given to me. I'm shocked. That's just wrong. Are you even human? What? You know, I'm just making a good argument. I'm letting you live in my house. It's natural for you to put money into the house. If it's going to make you have less money, why don't you just give up on the kids? I mean, having a baby when you know your income is going to decrease is crazy. You're a monkey if you can't even consider that and just go make a baby. I really can't believe that such a person is my sister-in-law. That's disgusting. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not like you. What the hell is that? What do you mean? You abandoned your own child. You gave your child to your ex-husband. You left your kid with your ex and went home to your parents. Kids are hard to raise. That's why I'm advising you not to have children. I don't need advice from the person who can't even raise a child. What? You abandoned your child and had an affair. Your husband is demanding compensation. You don't have any money. You came back to your parents' house. Even when we and your parents rebuilt the house to a two-family dwelling, you demanded your own room. And yet, you wouldn't pay a penny for it. You made us take out a loan on Sour's salary. You still haven't put a penny into a house, have you? I don't have a choice. My salary goes to the compensation and child support. I'm not raising the kids on my own, but I am paying child support. That's not the same as abandonment, so can you please stop being a prick? You're paying child support because you abandoned the kids and divorced him. You say you're letting me live with you. You always said that. But I'm the one who's actually giving you a place to live. I pay most of the living expenses. And your father's severance package almost all went to pay the compensation. It's all your fault that we don't have any savings at home right now. We ordinarily planned to move in together because of your mother's health. But having you there was completely unforeseen. What? I'm just staying with my parents. What's wrong with that? Because you don't pay anything. Of course you don't help out with the housework. And you leave everything to your mother. That's why her health deteriorated, right? You're doing it now. It's fine. I don't need you, an outsider, to tell me what to do. You're spending their money without permission, aren't you? What? From your mother's bank book. You took money without permission, didn't you? Of course not. Don't talk nonsense. You'd better not insult me any further. I'm not insulting you. I'm just confirming the facts. If you don't want to admit it, that's fine. I already know what I'm talking about. We all do. What the hell? We're family. I know you've turned a blind eye to it. But to me, we're not family. You're right, Hannah. We're strangers. I don't want to be with a woman who wants me to give up my own child. Then get out of my house. This house is my father's house. I have a right to live here. I'll ask any woman who doesn't balance housework and her job to leave. Don't you know? You're the one who's leaving. Huh? The house is in Sour's name now. Huh? When we took out the lawn, it has already been changed. I didn't know that. But it doesn't matter either way. It's my parents' house. I'm not leaving. You, an outsider, get out. Anyway, Sour is late. When are you coming home? I'm hungry. I just texted him. I've been thinking about a plan for a while. I've decided to put it into action. A plan? I'll have you leave by the end of the week. That's what I was trying to prepare for. Are you kidding me? Of course that's not happening. If you think you can get me out, go ahead and try it. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm pregnant. I don't want to be stressed anymore. You make a mess of the house. And I'm the one who cleans it. You complain when I don't clean up after you. And you complain about the food. I don't want to raise my child in an environment like that. Your room. We're going to get rid of your old stuff. I'm going to turn it into a nursery. What are you talking about? I don't care what you say. I'm not leaving. If you're going to threaten me and kick me out, I'm going to go to the police. What's the big plan you have? I just had your dad and Sour rent you a place. Huh? What do you mean? You're old enough now. I'm sure you know how to live on your own. I've already found a place. Just move in. I'll give you the address later. Just pack up your stuff and move out. Don't talk such nonsense. Why should I move out? You're the one who's moving out. I've explained all the reasons. Don't you get it yet? Having a money-grabbing woman going on 40 would be a burden on the family. What's with that tone of voice? Don't you dare cuss at me. I'll sue you for libel. It's a valid point, you know. You've been making snide remarks to me every day up to now. But there's no need to say anything anymore. Wouldn't it be good for you too? You don't like my cleaning or my cooking. I work full-time, late every day. And it never quite made sense to me to be washing underwear of a part-time worker who only works 4 days a week. What's wrong with being a part-timer? Don't act like you're a big shot just because you're a full-time employee. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it. Comparing part-timers to full-time employees wasn't the point of the conversation. I didn't even get that. The initial cost of the new place is a severance package. I paid it out of my own pocket. There's nothing more neither we or your father can do. Please don't depend on us any longer. Also, when you start earning money, please pay us back at some point. Don't even think of not paying it back. Are you seriously asking me to leave? It looks like you even signed the lease on your own. Who's going to pay the rent? Of course, the person who signed the contract will pay it, right? You'll have to pay it yourself. But that's the matter, of course. I don't want to see you anymore, so until you leave, I'm going back to my own parents' house. I don't want to breathe the same air as someone who would tell me to abort my baby. Be out by the end of the week. I don't want to leave. I don't have any money. I can't live. I'll talk to my father when he gets home. I'm not leaving. I'm sure my dad will stand by me. I'm his daughter. He surely loves me more than a useless outsider like you. I don't think that's possible. What you said earlier about wanting me aboard the baby. I told both Sour and my father-in-law. They were very upset. They'll probably kick you out today. They'd rather have an outsider than an insane woman. You won't be able to move in until the weekend. If they kick you out, I guess you can sleep on the bench until then. Good luck with that. A full-fledged one-person life from now on. When Sour and his father came home, Hannah was waiting for them with tears in her eyes. She tried to use tears because she didn't want to leave. But her father, who is always quiet and rarely speaks, got as angry as the devil and started yelling at her. Hannah froze and was kicked out of the house without being able to say anything. Her father also threw all of her belongings out of the house. It seems that her attitude was too much for him. In the end, Hannah had to leave the next day. Maggie returned home safely. She returned a peaceful life with the family. Hannah had living expenses and rent, not making enough to live on. She has been working various part-time jobs from morning to night.
Skylar, where are you? Don't ignore me. Answer me. You're with Sandra anyway, aren't you? It must be nice that you can ignore your mother-in-law and go around and have fun.
Can I help you?
You're too slow replying.
I'm sorry. I've been busy with stuff.
Your business schedule is not important. Of course, you're just playing around anyway. It's only proper to give me priority. I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
You seem to be very upset. Why don't you come down?
Who is the one making me upset? What are you thinking? The day after the first anniversary ceremony of Adam's death is over, you disappear for 3 days. Even if Adam is not here, you are still a Thompson family's daughter-in-law. Come home soon and do your chores. I have 3 days worth of cleaning and laundry piled up.
I never told you. I'm not a Thompson family member anymore.
So how many times do I have to tell you? Adam is dead, but you're still a Thompson family member. As a daughter-in-law, I will not allow you to talk back. I will accept nothing but yes as a reply to me. Get the hell back home.
Have you ever heard of a marriage termination notice?
I told you that only yes is acceptable. Don't divert the subject with big words.
Then it's not a conversation. Well, in such an agitated state, I don't think I'll be able to communicate with you even if I talk normally. Let me explain it in a nutshell. This is a notification to dissolve the relationship with a relative after the death of the spouse. It's required by law.
The law?
After the first anniversary of Adam's death, I submitted the notification of termination of in-laws to the government office. So, I am no longer a Thompson family member, so I will not be returning there anymore.
What are you talking about? Are you listening? Listen to me carefully. I don't care what the law says. Once you get married, you are supposed to serve your family for the rest of your life.
As long as you live in America, There is no one to whom the law does not apply, Raven. You are not unrelated and you are not my mother-in-law anymore. So I will call you Raven from now on.
Hey!
Raven, for the 25 years since Adam and I got married, you subjected me to relentless harassment, didn't you? I had hoped that at least my husband Adam would protect me, but I couldn't count on that. What Adam said was always the same. Mother is always right. No doubt about it. Mom's just trying to be tough for your sake. Just listen to her. It's for the best.
Adam wasn't just stating the obvious. He was absolutely right.
On the contrary, he had an affair with his subordinate at work, Nancy, and even had a child with her. Raven, you defended your son's betrayer rather than admonishing him for it.
Well, a little infidelity shows a man's virility, you know. A good wife should forgive it once or twice. That's what being a capable wife is all about. It's because you're not living up to the Thompson family standards as a wife that you should reflect on yourself. Blaming your husband for your own shortcoming is unacceptable. And to do it to your late husband, you need to be re-educated as a wife.
I'm not the wife anymore. What was lacking was not education for the wife, but education for Adam. Adultery is the worst. I will never tolerate it, not even once. Just as I was thinking of divorcing him after I found out about the affair, Adam died in the accident. Thanks to that, things have been lifting up in the air. I held out until after the first anniversary of his death. My daughter Sandra is now 23 years old, and I can say I'm done raising children. So I think I have fulfilled my responsibility and duty as a wife.
Well, that's enough then. You were only able to give birth to one grandchild anyway. I don't need a daughter-in-law who can't even produce an heir. At this point, let's just cut ties once and for all, including Sandra.
That's been our intention from the beginning. We'd be grateful if you agree.
Of course, we remove Sandra from the Thompson family's inheritance. You're okay with that?
She says she's fine with it. So do as you please.
Then it's settled. But still, if I think I can welcome Nancy, who gave birth to Adam's only son, into the Thompson family without any worries, I guess it's all for the best, isn't it? It's too late to say you want to come back later.
That's right. I forgot to tell you one thing. It's very important, so I have to ask you about it.
What is it?
Adam, right before he passed away, he had a DNA test done on himself and Nancy's son.
A DNA test? Why?
I don't know the details, but I think there was something that questioned the parent-child relationship.
Huh. No way.
Yes. During the process of sorting through his belongings, I found the results report that apparently arrived a few days before the accident, so I checked it out. The results denied any parent-child relationship with Nancy's son.
Well, then...
Yes. That means Sandra is the only grandchild with Thompson family blood.
Oh no, that's a lie. He's Adam's child. That's what Adam said.
Maybe he was deceived too, or he died without telling you. Well, it's none of my business anymore. The report is in Adam's safe, so check it out. Well then, this is the last time we will talk to each other. I'm changing my cell number and email soon.
Wait. I wanted to leave Sandra in the Thompson family. I want to find a son-in-law and have him inherit this house. I'm sure Sandra will be happy to get our property. Yesterday, Sandra got married to her boyfriend. What? Do you think I will allow that? Thanks for everything. Goodbye. My former mother-in-law was a woman who nagged me about male grandchildren and heirs. The Thompson family is not a particularly prestigious family. They have been an ordinary businessman's family for generations. Even though I was treated so harshly, it was very easy to prepare to leave that house. After all, the wife and female grandchild were taught to keep their personal belongings to a minimum. We just had to spend a few days putting our belongings in cardboard boxes and put them on a courier service, and that was all we had to do to move out. I also invited my parents to live at our new place, so I don't have to worry about my ex-mother-in-law Virginie. My daughter and her husband also moved into a new house in the neighborhood. I am now happily working part-time, making the most of my special skills. And at home, for the first time in a long life, I can enjoy the company of my parents and my child together. I am enjoying such a lively single life.
Hi, Adeline! Oh, Penelope, I was just about to contact you. What are these packages that just arrived?
Oh, perfect timing, huh? I'm so glad that you know me so well. It's the language of the outer world, isn't it? It's like we have a telepathic connection, right? We are in fact true sisters.
Not really. We are just in-laws, you know.
You're as lame as ever. Oh, by the way, those packages are just the first batch. There are more coming your way. Please accept them all and store them in your place. Oh, it'll be great if you could assemble the furniture in advance. You'll get them after the second batch.
Furniture? I'm lost. What are these packages for?
Oh, come on! They're Derek and mine, of course.
I get that, but why are you sending them to my apartment? It's not a storage facility for bulky items, you know.
Oh my! What are you talking about? We're moving in, obviously.
What?
You're moving out of there soon, right?
Yeah, but...
You see? So your apartment will be available, right?
So, are you guys planning to move into my place once I leave?
Exactly! You catch on quickly. That's my sister. Being an only child, I had no clue what to expect, but this is how it feels like to have a sibling, huh? It's like we understand each other without even saying anything. It's amazing.
What? I haven't heard anything about this plan at all. I'm Adeline. Penelope is my younger brother Derek's wife. In other words, she's my sister-in-law. She has a reputation for being reliable among family members. Not many know her true nature, which is inconsiderate and reckless. That's why I've tried to avoid getting too involved with her. I don't know who told her, but she sees the opportunity to take over my place, timing it with my move. By the way, my place isn't a luxury apartment or anything, but it's quite a decent upper-middle-class residence. By the way, who gave you permission for this move?
Your parents!
No, that's a lie, obviously.
What? It's true? Calling your sister a liar is so mean, don't you think?
Why would they give permission? Besides, I already have the next tenant lined up. way! So, don't just make decisions about whether you will live here or not by yourself.
What are you saying? Don't make decisions on your own either. You can't just treat someone else's apartment as you please.
Geez, are you by any chance an idiot?
What's that supposed to mean?
You sound to be misunderstanding, but the owner of this apartment is me, you know?
No way!
Of course, I can do whatever I want with it.
What the heck? How is it yours? It's supposed to be in your father's name, and Derek's taking over soon, right?
Wrong. You really didn't know, huh?
Lying like that is not okay, even if you're my sister-in-law.
I'm not lying.
It's just that, well, you don't have a job, right?
Huh?
You're neither married nor employed. So, why is the ownership in your name? Indeed, you're the eldest child, but normally it'll be inherited by the son, right?
Even if you ask why, it was mine from the beginning. There's no issue of inheritance or anything like that.
The only reason you've been able to live in such a nice apartment until now is thanks to your father and Derek. You have your family's financial support. A single, unemployed bum like you can't survive on your own.
I do work, you know.
You can say whatever you want, but I don't believe you.
Yeah, sure, but I'm typing on my phone instead of speaking to you.
Yeah, never mind the quibble. Your idea of living somewhere nice without working is just downright audacious in the first place.
Excuse me? I always thought you were quite brazen, but you're also not very bright, huh?
Hey, you're talking nonsense without any basis in the heat of the moment. There are things you can and can't say even though we are in-laws.
Being in-laws doesn't give you the right to barge into someone's home without permission. First of all, there's no way my parents would ever approve of you moving in here.
Why not?
They both know I'm working, and I even send them financial support.
Really?
I've mentioned it earlier, but this apartment belongs to me from the start. I purchased it in my name and have been paying the mortgage.
What? No way!
Finally, you read the message.
Isn't it in your father's name?
No, it's not.
But doesn't he and Derek pay the mortgage too?
I'm the one paying.
How can an employed person pay for it?
I have a job, god darn it. I'm working from home, but I'm a full-time employee.
What the heck? I've never heard of that.
I don't report every little thing to you.
But, when it comes to you, I think of the unemployed bum. You're supposed to be an unemployed parasite living off your family's money. You're the low-class bum who talks a big game without the ability to work. I can't imagine you working even if it's from home.
It's indeed upsetting to be called unemployed twice, you know. What kind of image do you have of me?
But you can't pay the entire mortgage yourself, right? You must be getting some help from Derek and your father.
I already told you I'm paying by myself. I've been doing it all along, and I'll continue to do so. I'll be renting it out to someone, and they'll pay me rent. So there won't be a problem.
Then we'll live there for half the regular rent. Cancel the person you're planning to rent to. It's more reassuring for you if we live there, right?
Considering the size of this apartment and the area, it'll be around $1,300 or $1,400 a month. Seriously? I mean, you're offering to pay half. Are you messing with me? I'd rather have a polite stranger live here than a rude and stingy relative like you. What? How dare you? It's your little brother and his wife. And? I'm asking you, what does have to do with it? We're family, so you should offer family discount. If you're gonna play the family card so much, I'd like you to pay 70% of the remaining mortgage then. Yeah, right. No way! If we have to pay, there's no benefit for us to live there. Oh, I see. That's your real intention. Well, I thought as much. It's a waste of time talking to you. I can't tell who's the parasite here. Oh, it was you, sorry. Don't make such rude remarks casually. Your brother's wife is begging like this, you know? Just say yes. Yeah, right. Absolutely not. I'll send all packages back on COD. Wait! Why would you do that? Hey, Adeline! My packages came back. Why? I said I'd send them back the other day, didn't I? Are you having a problem reading again? That was for the first batch, right? Huh? The second and the third batches came back together. Oh, God. Please listen to what I tell you seriously. Stop acting selfishly. I'm tired of this. Didn't you get scolded by Derek? There's no way he would. Not to his lovely wife, you know. Well, I asked him to put some sense into you. But what's up with him? I'm wondering what's up with you. Accept the packages, okay? I refuse. If I put our things there first, I win. This isn't a game of territorial contest, you know. Prioritize your family. I won't allow you to rent it to a stranger. Of course, that's impossible. Besides, there's currently no one living there. So even if the packages arrive, there's no one to receive them. Oh, why? Because the new tenant is moving in 3 weeks. So I'm getting the place ready. Cleaning, redoing wallpapers, and other preparations are being handled by professionals. Forget about that and let us live there. By the way, I've heard Derek's workplace went bankrupt, right? How do you know that? I just heard it from Dad. Derek hasn't said anything to me. But that's why you have an eye on my place, right? I told him to stop you, but he didn't listen. You guys conspired together to take over my place selfishly, didn't you? No, that's not it. You guys lost your income, so you thought you could live in my place rent-free. I can't receive the packages even if you sent them, so please don't. Don't you think you're being cold? Your family's going through a tough time. Your brother suddenly became unemployed. Your sister-in-law is begging you. Those who use family cars only in times like this are the least trustworthy. That's not true. It is. You call me an unemployed bum and a parasite. And then asking for a rent-free apartment is quite audacious. I apologize. This is unforgivable. Why don't you look for a cheaper place on your own? Even if you're going through a tough time, Derek was making a decent income, right? Don't you have any savings? None. Geez, not a single penny? Right. Aren't you working part-time or something? No, I'm not working. I'm busy. But you don't even have a child, right? No, but my days are full. What do you usually do? Well, I'm a full-time homemaker, so I have to be at home. It's quite a demanding work, so I don't have time to do anything else. Seriously? Isn't it the wrong time to be saying such things? I just don't want to work. Oh dear. You don't really have a choice, do you? Look, this is something you should discuss with Derek and overcome together. You can share household chores when you both work. Ugh. No, not ugh. If paying rent is difficult, why don't you move to a cheaper place or go back to your family? Oh, no way! It's in the countryside. Oh, God. Are you seriously saying that? There's nothing there. There are no coffee shops and no movie theaters. It's impossible to live in a place like that. Like you have a choice. It's just that you don't want to lower your standard of living, right? I didn't say that. It's the same thing. If I go back to my family, they'll make me work. I want to stay as a full-time housewife. Never mind. Anyway, how come you haven't managed to save any money after making Derek work so much? Being a full-time housewife costs money. What are you spending so much on? You must be going out and enjoying yourself. No, I'm not. But there's still no savings. I bet you're secretly taking money out. When I spoke to Derek, he said there was some savings, so it should be fine. Oh my God! What's the matter with you, really? Your attitude toward me is way too harsh. I'm your sister-in-law, for God's sake. I don't want to think of a piece of trash like you as my sister, even if it's just in-law. You're awful! I'll talk to Derek about this later. Are you a little kid? You've said whatever you wanted, but it's over now. What do you mean? I've already come close to your apartment. Holy cow! I brought all my stuff. I'm starting the moving process now. Derek and I are gonna live in that apartment. The low-class unemployed bums should get out. Is that so? All right, I understand. Thank you. No matter what happens, please live there, okay? What? Hey, Adeline! Adeline! Yes? How's it going? Were you able to move in? What the heck is this? Why are your parents here? I thought it was suspicious that your tone changed so suddenly. You set me up. It's so dumb to show up, even when you suspect something. What the heck is going on? I thought you might show up, so I had them stake out there. They're actually visiting the city for fun. Oh, man! I also informed the management company and the security guards that if they hear some strange woman shouting, they can immediately call the police. That's ridiculous! Help me! No way! If you cause too much trouble, they'll call the police for sure. Damn it! Please stop. We don't want to have a family member arrested. We have to consider Derek's feelings, you know. Even though he's contemplating divorce, for now, you're still his wife. What? Divorce? Yes, divorce. No way! Why? Shocking, I know. But take a moment to cool down and have a serious conversation with him. No, no, no! So, Penelope caused a huge scene at the entrance of the apartment building and ended up being restrained by the security guard. Even then, she continued to cause a disturbance, so the police had to interfere. Fortunately, there was no real harm done, so she was released quickly. Afterward, she went on another rampage, this time about the divorce from Derek. It turns out that she never did any housework or held a job. Instead, she squandered his income on in-game purchases and socializing with neighbors. Then, due to the bankruptcy of his workplace, she was trying to switch her house from him to me to continue her parasitic behavior. After the divorce, she was taken back to her family but was soon kicked out again. Since then, her whereabouts have been unknown. It's a little scary to think she might be parasitizing someone else now.
Daisy, it's been a long time. Remember me? It's Brooklyn. Hey, you there? Give me a reply. Daisy!
God, you're annoying. What do you want?
Sorry for getting in touch so suddenly. It's been a while.
I'm amazed by your shamelessness.
Don't say that. I mustered up quite a bit of courage, you know.
So, what do you want? Just get to the point.
Well, you see, I got separated from Annie yesterday.
Yeah, and?
Come on, show a bit more emotion. I'm hurt by your coldness.
I'm giving it my all to react like this, you know.
Come on. It's only been a year since we divorced. You can't be so indifferent, right? It wouldn't be strange to react a bit more honestly.
Fine, let me say this. Congratulations on achieving your soon-to-be another divorce in just 1 year.
Oh, man. Well, anyway.
Are you just brushing it off?
Be happy. Now that I'm single, I can marry you again, you know.
Ew, no way.
Jeez, don't put up a strong front. I know you still love me.
Ugh, gross.
So, here's the point.
You're ignoring my comment, huh?
I sent my stuff to your place today. It should arrive tomorrow.
Your stuff?
Mainly my clothes, my computer, and stuff. Well, it's basically my moving stuff.
Where did you send them?
Obviously, I sent it to the apartment you and I used to live in.
Oh.
Actually, I just left the house I was living in with Annie. I'm planning to arrive there tonight myself, just so you know.
That delivery? Stop it right away and don't go there.
No way! Come on, let's stop with the stubbornness. Would you be happy if we could live together again?
No, seriously. The apartment is already in a relative's name and their son's living there alone now.
Oh, shoot.
If you barge in there, the only result will be you getting dragged away by the police.
What the heck? You should have told me that earlier.
I don't have an obligation to inform my ex-husband about such things.
So, are you with your parents now? In that case, I'll change the delivery address.
No, their home changed hands too. Dad's overseas assignment is confirmed until retirement, so they're moving away together.
Wow.
I'm not living there, you know. Can you just give up?
Then, at least give me your current address. We are gonna get back together, aren't we?
God, I'm telling you, I have no intention of starting over with you.
Why?
I'm living with my fiancé now.
What? No, wait. It's only been a year since our divorce, right? Having a boyfriend this quickly and even being engaged after a year? So, you cheated. You hid your affair from me, didn't you? I thought you loved me. This is so cruel.
Well, I'm not you.
Then, what is it?
I was introduced him half a year ago. When we met, we realized that we went to the same high school and remembered each other. And moreover, we are both divorced. Our values matched perfectly, so we hit it off and decided to try living together for now.
But even so, replacing me in just a year is way too quick. It was shocking that you initiated a divorce from a perfect husband like me in the first place. Your love for me faded in just 1 year.
A perfect husband? You're quite bold to say that, considering your infidelity. And you know what? You keep saying it's been 1 year, but from my perspective, it's different. I spent 3 months gathering evidence of your affair. And after I confronted you and demanded a divorce, you resisted for 8 months. So, counting from the point where I realized you were cheating and my feelings cooled, it's been almost 2 years.
But still...
Anyway, please stop the delivery. Don't inconvenience my relative.
Then where should I send my stuff?
How would I know?
This has happened because you never contacted me. Take responsibility and live with me. Hey, Daisy, are you listening?
I just informed my relative in the apartment.
Huh?
He won't accept the delivery, and the security code of the entrance has been changed, so you can't get inside. He says if you show up, he'll report you without mercy, so you'd better give up.
I'm in trouble. Please, Daisy.
Now you're trying to cry your way out of it? You're really lame.
But you see, I'm completely broke because of the alimony I have to pay to you and Annie. I also got fired from my job because of the mistakes I made. I can't rely on my family and don't have enough money to rent an apartment.
So what?
I still love you, and you're my only hope.
So basically, you lost all your money and a place to live, and now you want to be my leech.
If we got married again, you can't call me a leech anymore. So let's apply for a marriage license tomorrow. You might be saying all that stuff and acting cold, but deep down, you still love me, right?
What you say is becoming even more absurd than a comedian skit. You need to chill out and realize that you're not in a position to contact me. Bye!
Daisy!
Dad, I'm not coming home today.
What? Where are you right now? It's already late, and you still haven't come back. And you were ignoring my calls and messages. I was really worried, you know.
Nothing but lies.
Huh?
Just leave me alone. You don't care about me at all.
What are you talking about? I understand it's a shock that Mom suddenly passed away. I still can't accept the reality too, you know. But I have you, Gretchen. From now on, I want the two of us, as a family, to support each other and live together.
Family? Don't make me laugh.
What?
We aren't actually related. I know everything now.
What? How did you know that?
We're strangers. We are not connected by blood. I don't want you acting all high and mighty like a father.
Who told you that story?
Mom's sister, Aunt Marie.
Marie. So, are you with Aunt Marie right now?
Yes, I am. After Mom's funeral, Aunt Marie said she has something important to tell me. She told me that I was your stepchild.
What a presumptuous thing to do.
What? The one being presumptuous is you, isn't it? Keeping something so important a secret all this time? I'm already in high school, you know. Mom married you when I was 2 years old, right? You were pretending to be my father for over 15 years. It's truly infuriating.
I truly regret not telling you the truth. But please believe this, Gretchen. I have genuinely raised you, considering you as my real daughter. I want us to continue living as a father and daughter. You are the only precious family to me.
Gross! Is that what a middle-aged geezer says?
What's that supposed to mean? You shouldn't talk like that to your father, seriously. Are you saying you're going through a rebellious phase right now?
God, I told you! You are not my real father! Anyway, I don't plan on coming home for a while. Why don't you look for a new wife?
What are you saying? It's insensitive, especially right after your mom passed away. Besides, I will never remarry. Mom will always be my only wife.
Oh, really? You can say that for now. Anyway, men always like younger women. You will forget about mom and remarry. That's for sure.
You're still in high school and talking back like this? Anyway, where are you? Can you tell me? Don't tell me you plan to stay at Aunt Marie's house.
Yes, I am.
No, you can't do that. Come back home.
Why? Aunt Marie is older than Mom, but she's youthful and beautiful. She has a cool style and is really easy to talk to. It's fun to be around her, you know.
I'm just worried, that's all. I know you were not that close with her before. The last time you met Marie was probably when you were in elementary school.
So what? Aunt Marie approached me at Mom's funeral and we became friends. Besides, it's a relative's house, so there's nothing to worry about.
Sorry, but I can't trust someone who talks about important things without my consent.
Aunt Marie is not a bad person. Aunt Marie knew that I was already in high school, so she thought I already knew about it. When I finally heard it from her, I was surprised. She thought I had known for a long time, so it's all your fault.
All right, then I'll contact her. I'll ask her to send you back home.
Huh? Don't do anything unnecessary. I'd rather be with Aunt Marie, who has at least some blood connection, than with a complete stranger like you. Aunt Marie doesn't have children, and she's happy that I'm with her. I also want to become Aunt Marie's daughter.
I see. In that case, just for a little while, okay? If you stay too long, it might be a bother for your aunt too.
How long I stay is something I'll decide. I'm not a child anymore, so I don't want you telling me what to do. Well then, thank you for everything until now.
Hey, don't talk like you're really leaving the house. Make sure you come back, okay?
You're so persistent.
I will come to pick you up eventually.
Don't come! Even if you come to pick me up, I won't come back.
When my wife and I got married, my wife had a 2-year-old daughter named Gretchen. My wife's previous husband cheated on her while she was pregnant, and they divorced before Gretchen was born. After that, my wife met me and we got married. Gretchen quickly grew attached to me, calling me dad and sticking close. Probably because she hadn't yet grasped things fully, she likely believed I was her real father. I had always intended to tell Gretchen the truth eventually, but before I realized it, she had entered a difficult age, and it seemed challenging to find the right moment to talk calmly. Moreover, my wife fell ill and was hospitalized, and I became fully occupied caring for her. That's why I missed the right time to tell the truth. In the midst of this, my wife's condition suddenly worsened. She passed away suddenly, and Gretchen learned from Marie, my wife's sister, that I wasn't her biological father. I was upset, but, as Gretchen pointed out, I was at fault for keeping it a secret for so long. Gretchen, who seemed to have become close to Marie, suddenly left home and declared that she would stay at Marie's house. Honestly, I didn't get along well with Marie. Unlike my quiet and modest wife, Marie was flashy and loud. She also had a bad reputation among her relatives. Although she didn't disclose her job details, judging by her outfit and makeup, it's evident that she works in the nightlife industry. Of course, I didn't intend to judge people based on their profession. However, I couldn't bring myself to trust Marie, especially with the way she awkwardly approached my daughter. I couldn't shake off a bad feeling about the situation.
Dad, can't we live together anymore?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Please, don't abandon me.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Dad, you're not my real father, right?
Yeah, I feel bad for keeping it a secret all this time. But I've never said anything about abandoning you, right? Besides, you're the one saying you won't come home, and I'm very worried.
Because I'm not your real daughter. I'll just be in the way after Mom is gone, right? But can't I stay with you at least until I graduate from high school?
I've been having trouble understanding what you are saying. What's going on?
I heard it from Aunt Marie. Dad is planning to remarry a younger woman, and sooner or later, you will kick me out of the house.
What?
I mean, having a non-biological daughter around would be inconvenient for their newlywed life, right? But I promise, I won't be a bother to Dad and the new wife. I'll behave, so please let me stay at home a little longer.
What have you been saying all this time? I have no intention of remarrying. I want to continue living with you, just the two of us. If anything, it seems like you were the one trying to abandon me.
Huh? I'm abandoning you?
Yeah. You left home without telling me, and you've been blaming me. Did you forget that?
What?
Hey, it's only been 2 days, and you've already forgotten?
But I haven't messaged you for a while now.
No, that can't be right. I'm staying at Aunt Marie's place, so I won't come home. Thank you for everything. That's what you said to me. Suddenly, you treated me coldly, and it hurt me so bad, you know.
Hold on. There's no way I'd send such messages. I haven't seen Aunt Marie in a while, and, to be honest, I'm not very fond of her. I wouldn't voluntarily go to Aunt Marie's house like that.
But I have the history of our conversation.
What? There's no history on my phone.
Something doesn't add up. I'll send you screenshots of our conversation.
I don't remember sending such messages.
Are you sure you didn't send them?
Obviously not. I don't talk like that. I would never talk to Dad like this.
I see. That's how it is. I understand now.
What?
The culprit can only be Marie. Marie pretended to be you and sent me those messages.
That makes sense.
Gretchen, delete the screenshots that I sent you right away. We don't want Marie to find them.
Got it. I've deleted them now.
Anyway, why did you go to Marie's house?
Aunt Marie wanted me to come. She said she's single and has no children. In that situation, with her own sister passing away, she felt lonely and she wanted me to be her daughter.
What?
Of course, I refused, but Aunt Marie said returning to Dad's house would be pointless. Your dad is planning to remarry and abandon you. Aunt Marie will protect you. That's what she said to me.
I see.
When she said that, I became anxious, so I decided to go with Aunt Marie. But if I stay at Aunt Marie's house like this, I feel like I'll never be able to see you again. That's why I messaged you.
Don't worry about it. Dad will come to pick you up. Are you alone right now?
Aunt Marie is at home, but she's sleeping. She works at night, so she usually wakes up in the afternoon.
Understood. Then I will head over there now. Make sure Marie doesn't find out, okay?
Am I leaving without telling Aunt Marie?
Ideally, I'd like to discuss and bring you back home, but it seems she's not someone I can reason with. Let's ensure your safety first. We'll contact Aunt Marie afterward.
Got it. I'll get ready and wait. How dare you take away my Gretchen? I'll report the kidnapping to the police.
Good morning, Marie. You're up quite early today, aren't you?
Don't make fun of me. I woke up because I heard the sound of a car engine outside, and when I looked out the window, I saw your car driving away. As expected, Gretchen is nowhere to be found inside the house. You are a kidnapper. Return Gretchen right now.
Who's the kidnapper? You told an outrageous lie about me remarrying, and then forcibly took Gretchen home, didn't you? Why did you think of making Gretchen your daughter?
Because she's the child of my sister. You and Gretchen aren't blood related. But since my sister, who was her mother, passed away, it's only natural for me, her older sister, to take care of Gretchen.
Even if there's no blood relation, I am Gretchen's father.
Huh? That's just your wishful thinking, isn't it? I am the real family for Gretchen. You're just an outsider, an old man.
Respectfully, Marie, Gretchen and I have legal guardianship through adoption, so I have parental rights.
Adoption? When did that happen?
Right after I married my wife.
But if Gretchen doesn't acknowledge you as her father, then the legal procedures are meaningless. I'll definitely report this. I feel bad about Gretchen that she is living with a stranger.
It won't help. Gretchen expressed her desire to live with me willingly. More importantly, sending messages pretending to be Gretchen, you pulled quite a prank.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Even if you deleted the history on Gretchen's phone, it remains on my phone.
Ah, that thing. You got completely fooled, didn't you?
The tone was quite audacious, and I did feel something was off, but I never thought someone was impersonating her.
See? You really are disqualified as a father. You couldn't even see through the fact that it wasn't your daughter. You and Gretchen are just legally recognized as parent and child. But I am more suitable as her parent.
Yeah, you totally followed me, and I regret all my actions. However, Marie, do you understand what you've done?
Huh?
You unlocked Gretchen's phone without permission and logged into her messaging app. That's a criminal act, you know.
Jeez, I don't understand complicated things like crimes. Gretchen even entered her phone's password in front of me. So it's like she was telling me, please unlock my phone, you know?
So that's how you did it. What kind of nerve do you have?
Anyway, the fact remains that you and Gretchen are not biologically related. You can't change that. Perhaps you hid it because you didn't want to be disliked by Gretchen. But I exposed it. You're welcome.
I won't forgive you.
What?
You told everything to Gretchen without my permission, even though I am her legal guardian. Gretchen was crying, saying she wanted me to tell her.
That's your fault, not mine. You didn't tell her the truth even when she became a high school student. And perhaps you intended to keep it a secret for life? You were afraid that she would distance herself from you after learning the truth. You really are a coward.
I did plan to talk about it properly, but my wife fell seriously ill, and I missed the right moment to do so.
Oh, really? That just sounds like an excuse to me. By the way, are you really not planning to remarry?
What?
Aren't you secretly happy about my sister's death?
What?
Look, unlike me, my sister lacks charm and, to be frank, isn't attractive. She's such a dull woman that you wouldn't think we're sisters. When she married you, I just couldn't believe it. I understand that you regretted marrying her. But now that my sister's gone, you can find a better woman, right? You were bawling at the funeral, but that was just an act, right?
Unbelievable. Insulting even my wife. Do you have some grudge against me or my wife, Marie? You're forcibly trying to take away our daughter too. What is your real motive?
I'm just saying I will take care of Gretchen. Without Gretchen, you can enjoy your single life freely. I can live with Gretchen as if she were my own. It's mutually beneficial, isn't it?
This is something I heard from my wife before. Marie, I heard you have a divorce in your history.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden?
Just confirming the facts.
Yes, that's right. I'm divorced. But what's the big deal? Even my sister's divorced. So having a divorce history is no big deal.
The cause of the divorce was your infidelity.
What?
Moreover, the person you cheated with was also married, and they demanded a hefty amount of compensation, right?
Oh my God, she told you that? I can't believe she revealed unnecessary details.
You are not denying it? I guess it's true, huh?
You were so annoying. Well, what can you do? If there's a better man than my husband, of course I'd want him. It just so happened that the man I liked was married. I apologized and promised compensation. There's no need to bring it up now.
So, have you finished paying the compensation?
To
your ex-husband and the wife of the person you cheated with? Have you paid the full compensation?
Paying it all at once is obviously impossible.
I've heard that even the installment payments are lagging.
Well, if it's too much even in installments, it's just impossible to pay for everything by myself.
If you restrain your spending, you might manage in installments though. Even at the funeral of my wife, you attended wearing flashy accessories not suitable for a funeral. If you stop such unnecessary spending, wouldn't that be a solution?
Shut your mouth! That's why I need Gretchen.
You tried to make Gretchen earn money for you?
Yes. Once she graduates high school, I plan to make her work at a nightclub, like me, so that she can help me financially.
What a horrible aunt. Using your niece to cover for your infidelity is just... Never come near my daughter again.
But Gretchen can earn her own money, isn't that good? I'll take good care of Gretchen, so please, let me have her.
You don't truly care about Gretchen. Gretchen is studying hard to go to college, and yet you're trying to make her work at a nightclub?
Oh, fine. I get it. I'll give up on Gretchen. It's frustrating, but I'll give her to you, even though you're not blood related.
Giving her to me? Gretchen was never yours to give.
Instead, how about you give me more of my sister's inheritance?
Inheritance?
Yes. I'm her real sister, so I have a right to her inheritance, don't I? My sister saved that money for Gretchen's future with her hard-earned savings. If you won't give Gretchen, hand over my sister's savings to me.
That's impossible.
What do you mean?
Since I am the spouse of the wife and Gretchen is a child, you have no inheritance rights.
What are you saying? Fine. Then you, who inherited, lend me some money.
I don't have money to lend you.
You're lying. You worked for a big company. You must have received a hefty salary.
I quit my job at the company just recently.
What?
Since I married my wife, we had planned to open a cafe together someday. Unfortunately, my wife passed away, but to fulfill our dream, I decided to open the cafe alone. So actually, I only have debts.
Are you stupid? Quit the cafe already and lend me money.
Why do I have to go that far for you? The reason why you are having trouble with your payment is all because of you. Can't you stop relying on me, an outsider? Who do you think you are?
Actually, I'm in a really tough spot right now. I'm currently dating a guy, but he's married, and his wife found out about the affair, and now she's demanding compensation from me again. The compensation from the previous affair hasn't been fully paid off yet. What should I do?
You never learn, do you? Despite getting burned last time, you haven't learned anything.
It can't be helped. It's just that the person I fell for happened to be married.
While that reasoning might justify the affair, the world doesn't work that way. No matter how much you plead, I don't have money to lend. Please, figure it out on your own.
Come on! Do something about it! Just lend me a little, please?
No way.
Don't be stingy. I'm your sister-in-law, right? We're family. Why won't you help me?
Being called family only in times like these. My wife has passed away and you are no longer someone close to me. Well then, I wish you the best of luck.
Wait! Don't abandon me! I apologize for bringing Gretchen home. I'll even kneel if I have to. I've been disowned by all my relatives, and you're the only one I can rely on now. Please, help me!
After that, Marie never stopped contacting me and Gretchen, so we decided to block her. Furthermore, because we moved from the apartment we lived in before, Marie can no longer contact us ever again. According to rumors, Marie is being pursued for compensation payments to her ex-husband, the wife of her former affair partner, and even her current boyfriend's wife. It seems she has started working part-time during the day in addition to her night job. Working tirelessly every day, Marie, who has completely worn down, is said to now look 10 years older than her actual age. Gretchen has successfully graduated from high school and has been accepted into her dream university. She goes to school happily every day. Eventually, Gretchen will also leave home, but until then, as a father, I want to watch over and support my daughter.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.